Is your Ethereum at risk of theft? Well, a shocking report came out on Wired that shows how one bandit has been stealing millions of dollars in Ethereum. Samsung is getting big into crypto, and Brave launches their service which lets you get paid in crypto for looking at ads online. Now, just a quick note before we do begin, I was interviewed by budding YouTuber and crypto enthusiast Adam Stokes on his channel the other day. So if you want to go and check out that video, it was super fun and a super candid chat about all things crypto. Go ahead and check it out. There is a link down below. Also, the Tether printing presses have gone into high gear today, dropping a cool $300 million in Tether into circulation. Pump it! Oh, Tether. Always out there doing your smoke and mirrors act, dropping hundreds of millions of crypto in. Oh, man. Anyway, the possibility of this pumping the markets is very real. Is that a good thing, though? Well, the jury is still out on that one, but that's what's happening. So the first big story of today is that Samsung apparently really likes Ethereum, according to a source at the company. Samsung's blockchain task force is building a blockchain mainnet based on Ethereum. So, I mean, they like Ethereum, but they're not actually planning on just using Ethereum. But anyway, to quote the company, currently we are thinking of a private blockchain. Though it is not yet confirmed, it could also be a public blockchain in the future. But I think it will most likely be a hybrid that is a combination of public and private blockchains. Cool stuff, Samsung. Seriously. Well, look, I am a Samsung fan, honestly, and they have really been getting into crypto with doing things like making Bitcoin mining chips. The S10 has an Ethereum wallet in it, and much more besides that. But we do have to keep it real that if they launch a private version of Ethereum, it is about as exciting as JP Morgan's Quorum. And I'm not excited about that at all. And I understand why they want internal blockchain technology. That makes sense. I get it. But can you guys please use Ethereum for your public stuff, Samsung? I mean, come on, guys. Seriously, be great. Just, put it under consideration anyway. But okay, what is really likely to happen here is a public and private network. Probably something along the lines of Icon with some kind of, Samsung coin running as the network gas. It could also be integrated with Samsung Pay, maybe? I mean, dudes, it's Samsung. Samsung is getting into crypto in such a big way that they're launching their own blockchain, which is really cool. It might have Samsung Coin running on top of that. And that would be a massive moment for crypto, one of the world's biggest companies launching their own blockchain. The only question now is, when Google Coin? Fascinating times in crypto, without a doubt. I have another big story as well from Samsung today, and it is that Samsung has invested 2.6 million euros into the crypto hardware startup Ledger, everyone's favorite security wallet, which actually takes me back to my conversation with Eric, the CEO of Ledger, and he said that the long-term goal is to integrate Ledger technology into a wider range of devices. I think there's a very real possibility here that either the S11 or the S12 could have an integrated Ledger hardware wallet built in. Of course, the S10 has a built-in wallet solution and key storage solution of its own. So maybe this investment from Samsung could just be a money-making play. It's not a bad play to make. And that could be it. But considering some of the recent issues, for example, around biometrics security with the S10 and the wallet security specifically, as well as Eric's comments, then we can certainly let the speculation monster run wild here that Samsung may be doing more than just throwing some money into the Ledger company. In France, the Société Générale Group has issued 100 million euros worth of bonds in the form of a security token on the public Ethereum blockchain to themselves. Cool. Okay, but seriously, this is actually a really, really important thing because even though they issued those bonds to themselves, it actually says to me that they are just kind of dipping their toes in, testing the tech, testing the waters, and they're actually joining a growing list of banks that are out there testing this kind of technology. And I find it extra encouraging that this is actually taking place on the public Ethereum network, not on some private, gated, walled garden, but on the public. And in a decade, I feel like things like, blockchain issued bonds will be so much of the norm, not the exception like they are nowadays, and that these stories about these small pilot projects and these little test runs of $100 million will seem so antiquated. There are a lot of stories today about the big players who are loving Ethereum. But one company seems not so happy, and that is Deloitte. They have migrated from the Ethereum blockchain over to the VeChain blockchain. Shots fired! Oh! And this is kind of a big deal, actually, as it is one of the big four firms. You may also recall that VeChain has already got PricewaterhouseCoopers on board the VeChain train, and they have been since last year. In addition to migrating from Ethereum, the global CTO of Deloitte is also due to become a member of the VeChain advisory board. Wow. Now, obviously, considering the surprise announcement from Ernst & Young about their development of Nightfall, it does not seem that they will be jumping ship anytime soon. That at least one of the big four is staying with Ethereum. But the move by Deloitte is definitely good news for VeChain. On to the next story, and that is Brave. Brave finally launches its service to allow you to get paid in basic attention tokens for viewing ads online. I am super, super excited about this story, even though I can't use it in New Zealand, at least not yet anyway. But as a longtime Brave browser user and Brave partner over on YouTube, this is such a great step forward in the basic attention token and Brave browser ecosystem. I love being able to reward my favorite content creators when I'm using basic attention token. You just send tips, of course, or they just earn because I'm watching their videos. And I, of course, earn when you guys watch my videos using the Brave browser, which is super awesome. But now it is a chance for all of us to earn by opting in to see ads, totally changing the business model. The first iteration, though, of this is kind of different in that they're just really not those traditional banner ads we see online, but they're actually small notifications that aren't actually wedded to any particular websites. Users in the US, Canada, France, Germany, and the UK will be the first ones that will be able to access this service. So if you are using the Brave browser in one of those countries, check it out, guys. Initial suppliers for ads include Vice, Home Chef, Consensus, Terraneo, MyCrypto, eToro, Buy Sell Ads, Tap Network, The Giving Block, AirSwap, Fluidity, and Uphold. Cool stuff. Currently, though, earned BAT can only be reused inside the platform. So there is that limitation, by supporting content creators, whatever it might be. The reason being that the team is still working on how to stop fraud and how to stop people from gaming the system, because that's exactly what will happen. When the system is live, though, you will be able to withdraw fiat to your bank account using Uphold. That's pretty cool. Now for today's big story, which came out on Wired, the so-called blockchain bandit. He has been exploiting weak Ethereum private keys and has so far managed to accumulate a fortune of 45,000 Ethereum. The hackers are devoting a lot of computing resources to scanning the Ethereum blockchain, watching for new wallets, and when they have the keys, stealing the crypto. Ouch. The hackers have been able to exploit these addresses due to surprisingly weak private keys which have been generated. But before I break down that part of the story, I really think that it is so important to understand just how improbable it is to randomly guess a private key. According to the Wired article, the odds of guessing a randomly generated Ethereum private key is 1 in 115 quatuovigidentillion, a really big number. A number that's so big, it's around the same number of atoms in the universe. That's a big number. Or as the specialist who discovered this theft that was happening, how he put it, basically the task of identifying a random Ethereum key is like trying to choose a grain of sand on a beach and then later asking a friend to find that same grain of sand among a billion gazillion beaches. That's a lot of beaches. But Ethereum was stolen in spite of those wild odds, and 45,000 Ethereum is indeed a lot of money. So how did that actually happen if the odds are so stacked against them? Well, it specifically happened with Ethereum wallets that did things like cut off keys at just a fraction of their intended length, either due to things like coding errors or other activities, or wallets that included maybe malicious code, basically corrupting the randomization process to make the keys easier to guess for the wallet's developers, or painfully, this is really crazy, wallets that let inexperienced users choose their own keys. Yeah, guys, somebody chose a private key that was just a string of the number 1 repeated. WTF was that person thinking? Now, of the 34 billion blockchain addresses that the researchers scanned, they found 732 addresses with easily guessable keys. So not many at all. Basically, only a small fraction of the total amount of keys are likely to be easily guessable. Most of the work seems to be done already, though, as the thieves actually seem to have a vast pre-generated list of keys, as was evidenced by the researcher placing $1 worth of Ethereum into a previously unused address which had a weak key, and that Ethereum was immediately stolen by the bandits' bots. So to answer the initial question at the start of this video, are you at danger of having your Ethereum stolen? No, not really. And if your Ethereum has not been stolen already, then don't worry, you're not vulnerable with your current addresses. But are you at risk in the future? Well, it is super unlikely, especially if you are using some kind of professional wallet service like Exodus or Ledger, for example. Please do not use any dodgy online wallet services. They take shortcuts, and they can be critically bad, as the story evidences. The power of professional teams and companies with real strong developers cannot be understated. Sadly, though, the researchers were unable to pinpoint which exact wallet services had been the ones that produced these vulnerable private keys. Please always use trusted wallets and make sure that you are downloading them from a trusted source. This is, as always, of course, super important and great advice. Anyway, those are just the top stories of the day. You will let me know what you think about any of these or other things going on in crypto land down below in the comment section. By the way, if you are new around here or you know someone who is getting into crypto, make sure to check out Cryptocurrency Explained. It is a free 5-hour course designed for beginners, but with a lot of value for anyone in crypto. You can find it here as a playlist on YouTube. You can find it over on Udemy, or you can send your friends to thecryptolark.org, where I have all the videos hosted as well. Thank you guys so much for watching again. You are supremely awesome, and I appreciate the time you guys always take out to come over here and watch these videos. And if you did enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up on it, guys. That would be supremely amazing. And you can always subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.